Hello everybody, this is Les Webster, and today I thought I might show you my Sly Cooper collection. This is sort of like a sequel to my Crash Bandicoot collection. I have posted that video, I believe it was the 1st of May. If you haven't checked that out, I would highly recommend it. It's by far my most popular video on YouTube. But make sure you check that out after this video, because today I want to show you my Sly collection. Now, this video won't be as long, hopefully. There haven't been very many Sly games. It was sort of a short but sweet franchise. I hope they continue it into the future because every Sly game, in my opinion, has been really good, especially the original trilogy. So with that, I think I might go into detail what I thought about each individual game, given how how few there are. So, but I just want to say a little thing about each one. I don't want to go into great big detail. I think that was one of my big problems with my Crash collection. There were so many games, and I wanted to say something about each one of them. But I think I won't have that problem this time around. So, anyway, with that being said, I guess we'll get right into it. So this is the first game here, Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. This game came out in 2002 exclusively for the PlayStation 2. I remember playing this game. It's sort of like one of the big reasons I like Sly Cooper is because of this game, because I got this game right around when it came out, and I was really impressed with it. It was kind of like, if you haven't played it, it's like they took elements from Crash and they mixed it with elements of Spyro and gave it its own unique type of, what would you say, style to it, aesthetic, if you want to say it that way. I'll flip it this way. Unfortunately, I don't have the manual for this. I wish I did. It's kind of cool because it looks like the Thievius Raccoonus, which is a big deal in the game if you haven't played it. Basically, the plot is, for those of you who haven't played it, Sly is a master thief from a long line of master thieves, and all his thieving skills are recorded into a book called the Thievius Raccoonus, and when he was a child, the book was stolen from him from a fiendish gang. I believe they're called the Fiendish Five. And so this game kind of chronicles his revenge and taking down those that wronged him and reclaiming his book. And it was a pretty good plot. I really liked the graphics, very unique style. If you ask me, one of a big win for Sucker Punch, the developers of the game. They make Infamous now, if you're familiar with that franchise. But between the two, I really like Sly Cooper. It was fun. It was like they mixed platforming with stealth. So that was kind of cool. And then 2 years later, we got the sequel, Sly II, Band of Thieves. This game is very different from the first one, I believe. This has more of a sandbox feel to it, where you get to explore the little city that you're in, that you go to, rather than have individual levels like the first game had. But still, it was pretty good, in my opinion. Some say it's the best Sly game of the three, but I don't know which one's my favorite. Unfortunately, I don't have the manual for this one either. It's basically, it was the Thievius Raccoonus too, but it was like all stitched up after, Sly, well, got the book back. Spoiler alert, probably shouldn't have told you that. But at any rate, there's the disc. So you can probably see that Sly isn't alone, so those two characters, Bentley and Murray, were in the first game, and they joined Sly, and you get to play as them in the second game. So it's sort of Sly's like the main guy, and then you can also play as Bentley and Murray and pull off grand heists. So it's kind of like got an Ocean's 13 type feel to it, where you got each three of these characters working together at the end to pull off a big heist. And it's really cool. Very good writing, in my opinion. So there's that. And then we get a sequel, Sly III, Honor Among Thieves. Another great game. All three of the Sly games or the first three Sly games, they're all great. In my opinion, they're really, I don't know how you feel about it. Maybe you have a favorite Sly game, in which case I highly recommend you comment in the comment section, letting me know what your favorite Sly game is and why. I'm really interested in hearing what you have to say. But for me, I don't have a favorite Sly game. I think each of the first three Sly games, and I'm calling them the first three because they were made by the same developer, are of equal quality. It's kind of like apples and oranges, to be honest with you. They each have their own thing that they bring to the table that I really like. Like, there's things about Sly 1 that make it stand out apart from Sly 2 and 3, and same thing for the second and third game. That's just my opinion. So here you go. Here you got Sly, Bentley, and Murray, and Carmelita, where is she at? Oh, there she is. She's also on the front cover, up in the window. If you can see her, she's right there. I'm casting a shadow. Anyway, very great game. I enjoyed Sly 3 a lot. And I actually have the manual for this one, so you actually get to see the Thievius Raccoonus. And here it's even more beat up. It's kind of fuzzy. There we go. So in the first game, the manuals, I remember it was a good looking book. In the second manual, it was the same book, but slightly beat up. And here, this one's, it's pretty aged, so it's like the worst of the three. And then here's the disc. Really liked all three of the Sly games. It's a very good trilogy. If you haven't played it, I highly recommend you play it. But then there was nothing for a really long time. We were waiting for Sucker Punch to come out with another Sly game, but it took us a while to get the fourth game. But they released a collection, a Sly Collection for the PlayStation 3, so it's all three of the original games, but for PlayStation 3, obviously. Zanzaru handled the trilogy on the PS3, and they did a really good job, I thought. It's a fun game, and I'm glad I got this, because it seems kind of silly to buy the same game again, but I don't regret it, because my PS2 is getting old, and it's not working so right, and these original games, they're not holding up as well as I'd hoped. So Sly 3 has some problems. Sly 1 has the most problems of all of them. Sly 2, I think, for the most part, I can't remember a time of it glitching out. So that's why I'm glad to have this. So I have all three of the original games, and I can play them on PS3 in high definition. So I guess I'll open it up and show you inside. Got the manual, got the disc, and there should be background art. So hold on here for a second while I take the disc out and the manual so you can see the background. It's the Cooper decal, or calling card, I should say. Pretty neat. And last but not, well, probably least, unfortunately, in my opinion, don't hurt me too much in the comment section, is Sly IV or Sly Cooper Thieves in Time. We were promised this, well, I don't know if I'd say promised this, but Zanzaru took a hold of the Sly trilogy, or excuse me, the Sly series, and they decided to make a Sly 4, and they kind of hinted at time travel at the end of the third game. Again, spoiler alert, I probably should watch myself, but anyway, if you're watching this, you're probably a Sly fan. But here's the game. So it's Sly Cooper, and he goes back in time to rescue his ancestors, I think, roughly speaking. And there you have the back of the four main characters, Sly, Bentley, Murray, and Carmelita. Overall, in my opinion, it wasn't a bad game. This, to the Sly franchise, is kind of like Crash Twinsanity to Crash franchise, maybe. I guess I kind of feel about this the same way I feel about Crash of the Titans to the Crash franchise. Some people really don't like Crash of the Titans because the character models change so much, but it's not a bad game, in my opinion. I'm saying my opinion a lot. But there's the disc. It's a good game, Sly 4. It really is. In fact, if I had to say one thing about this game that it did better than the original three were the boss battles. Not the individual bosses, but the actual battles themselves. I think Zanzaru knows how to make a good boss battle. But the load times are unforgivable. Too much loading in this game. That's unacceptable. I mean, it was like they had to load every time he went from one location to another. It was insane. It's like you don't need to load that much. Anyway, there's the spine and whatever. But, all in all, it was actually a pretty good game. So I'm glad they did. It could have been a lot worse, that's what I'm trying to say. And it was fun, and I do recommend it. But the original trilogy is where it's at, in my opinion. Again, I apologize for saying that so much. So that's basically it. There's the 4 Sly games and the collection, all in chronological order from right to left. I guess just tell me in the comment section which Sly game is your favorite. Tell me what you thought about Sly 1, 2, 3, and 4. Anything that you might have to say about them. What's your favorite character? Where's your favorite map? Anything at all. What's your favorite soundtrack? Even I don't care. Just tell me what you think of each individual game or character. Let me know in the comment section. Please give this video a like and subscribe for more content like this. If you're familiar with my channel, I do um, character drawings. I've done the Crash franchise, which I really enjoyed the feedback from which. I'm really thankful for all you guys that commented on my videos. I'm probably going to do Sly next, maybe. I like Spyro and Ratchet and Clank, and I might do them, hopefully, in the future. If you have any thoughts on that, please comment in the comment section. If you have any ideas at all about the type of content I do, because some of you are returning viewers, please put that in the comment section as well. Constructive criticism is always welcome at this channel. And as always, I thank you so much for watching. Thank you.